The Garden of Self-Acceptance. In the small, picturesque town of Willowbrook, surrounded by lush forests and a serene lake, lived a young woman named Mia. She worked at the local bookstore, a quaint little shop filled with the scent of old pages and the whispers of countless stories. However, Mia's own story was one of struggle and self-doubt. Mia's boss, Mr. Thompson, was a stern and critical man. His words were like thorns, constantly pricking at Mia's confidence. No matter how hard she tried, it seemed she could never meet his expectations. Each day, she felt herself shrinking, her spirit wilting under the weight of his harsh judgments. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, Mia decided to visit her grandmother, Grandma Rose. The old woman lived in a charming cottage on the outskirts of town, surrounded by a beautiful garden that seemed to bloom with every color imaginable. As they sat on the porch, sipping tea, Mia poured out her heart. "Grandma, I feel like I'm not good enough. Mr. Thompson always finds something wrong with what I do. I just want to disappear," Mia confessed, tears welling up in her eyes. Grandma Rose, with her kind eyes and gentle smile, took Mia's hand and led her to the garden. "Mia, look at these flowers," she said, pointing to the vibrant blooms. "Each one is different, yet they all belong here. They take up space, they grow, and they thrive. You are like these flowers. You are allowed to take up space, and your feelings are valid." Mia gazed at the garden, seeing it through new eyes. The flowers were a metaphor for her own journey. She realized that just like the flowers, she had a right to exist, to feel, and to be herself. The next day, Mia returned to work with a newfound resolve. When Mr. Thompson began his usual tirade, she calmly but firmly told him, "I am doing my best, and I deserve to be treated with respect." Her voice didn't waver, and for the first time, she saw a flicker of surprise in his eyes. Mia's newfound confidence began to ripple through her life. She reconnected with her passion for painting, something she had abandoned years ago. She started spending more time with Lily, her best friend, who always reminded her of her worth. And she found an unexpected ally in Jake, her kind-hearted neighbor, who encouraged her to pursue her dreams. As Mia embraced her right to take up space, she faced both internal and external conflicts. Internally, she battled the ingrained belief that she wasn't enough. Externally, she navigated the challenges posed by Mr. Thompson and societal expectations. But with each step, she grew stronger, like a flower pushing through the soil to reach the sunlight. In the end, Mia's journey was one of self-acceptance and empowerment. She learned that her feelings were valid, and she had every right to take up space in the world. Her story became an inspiration to others, a reminder that everyone deserves to bloom in their own unique way. Moral: you are allowed to take up space. Your feelings are valid. Embrace your worth and let yourself bloom. Cherry Blossom. References and resources. 1. Books. The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. 2. Articles. Psychology Today, The Importance of Self-Acceptance, https://www.psychologytoday.com/us/blog/compassion-matters/201601/the-importance-self-acceptance. Mindful, How to Practice Self-Compassion, https://www.mindful.org/how-to-practice-self-compassion. 3. Websites. National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, https://www.nami.org/home. Mental Health America, MHA, https://www.mhnational.org. 4. Quotes. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.